Hey everyone! I want to quickly go in today, just managing a busy schedule. I know for a lot of us it has been a lot busier with the coronavirus and the nights getting booked. So I want to go into just some strategies to making your day as efficient as possible. And even if you aren't teaching that many classes, maybe you're part-time VIP kid and you're teaching it or you're doing another job and you're probably even busier. So you need some strategies too to consider to make your day as efficient as possible as well. So I want to go into just a day in the life for me, what it's looking like. I've crashed and burned not doing this, so I want to share just what it looks like for me. It has helped me be a better teacher and have a better work-life balance and not spending so much time just grinding and prepping away. So a day in the life for me, right now I'm going at about 12 classes a day. Some days are a little less, but I've been hitting 12 classes a day as of recently, thankfully. And what that looks like for me anyways is 8 classes in the morning and 4 classes at night. So that is what my day looks like. Let me describe my day for you, and maybe this will help you in your day also. If you can, subscribe to my channel. It does make my day, folks. And like my videos if you do like them. So a day in the life for me, I get up at 4 o'clock, and I will first say I'm on the Atlantic time zone. So I'm 1 hour ahead of Eastern. So I get up at 4. I usually start teaching in around 5. So from 5 until 9 is my teaching time. That is 4 hours of teaching or 8 classes. So that then gets me to 9 o'clock. And I will say the crux of doing a lot of classes is banging out that feedback within the 5 minutes. And I will talk to that and strategies to that a little bit later. So I'm done teaching at 9. I make sure all my feedback is mostly done that I've got. So now I am a free bird. I am getting the heck out of this classroom and I'm going for a run. I'm getting outside. Not every day do I go for a run, but every other day I do. And other days that I'm not running, I go up and I have a nap. A big part of being able to do a lot of classes is you need that siesta in the morning or afternoon to get you through. I would not be able to do this otherwise. If I did not have that nap, I would crash and burn very fast otherwise. And I've tried. It doesn't work for me without the nap. I cannot live on 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night. I can't. Maybe for a bit, but not very long. And I'll talk to that in a little bit longer, a little bit later to give you some strategies there too. So now I'm gone. Let's say for the day I've gone for a run. I get back. I then have something to eat around noon or thereabouts. And I always go for a coffee. Always. I'm a ritual person like that. I go for a coffee around 1. Now I'm back. And now I need to start prepping for the next day. So here is what that looks like for me. My prepping is literally reviewing the slides. I'm an old-fashioned person that way. I still take notes on little index cards, put their name on there and whatnot, and who I'm teaching. I make sure I look at that, see what the past comments have been from the teachers, and look at what reward I need to use. And also I look at the slides. So I can do one of these in about 5 minutes to get through the slides. Now, sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little less. God bless those level 1s and the easy ones to look at. I could bang through there in about a minute. But those level 6s and 7s, I'm half learning that stuff myself. So it takes me a little bit longer for those. But that is a big part of it, keeping your prep time down to about 5 minutes a student. Now, if you're just starting like I was taking like 15 to 20. But now I'm seeing most of the lessons. You see how the usual format is, and I can do it in about 5 minutes. So that is about an hour onto my day. I'll talk to my total day time of prep and everything at the end. So I've done that in around 2 o'clock. That's taken me about an hour. I'm now to 3 o'clock. I'm relaxing, watching some YouTube videos for the next little bit. Having supper in around 5 o'clock. I then go into part 2 of my prep time. Part 2 of my prep time is the template, and this is what I was referring to in the feedback. So I've got my own little template. I need to update with all their names. I've got cut and pasted my template 12 times, and then I just update each of them with all of their names accordingly. So I make sure that it's customized, and I go in, and God bless Tammy and Amber for always putting we in their template on the material section or feedback section. You can go in and cut and paste. I make sure I put that in each of them as well with their names. I leave it generic for that part, and I customize the name sort of in my other parts of my template. Go back and review, look at one of my videos. I put my exact template, I think it was a couple videos ago, in my video itself. And that's what I do. That takes me roughly to update something like that about 2 minutes each. So 12 classes, that's in around 25 minutes. Let's just call it maybe half an hour. And I get that done as well. So I'm all good to go. I make sure I have that done for that night as well as the next day. So same thing when I look at the slides. I look at what do I have coming for that night and what do I have for the next morning, because I don't want to be prepping stuff early in the morning. No way am I getting up earlier to do that. So I make sure that's all done, and then come around the morning, I'm good to go. I just got to gather my props, set up my stand-up desk and whatnot, and I'm good to go for that. That's what I prefer anyways. So now I've done all that update. That's taken me a half an hour. It's around 6:30. Now I've got some time to relax again and do whatever, play with the kids and all that type of stuff. And for me, I start teaching at 8:30. That's what time my first class is in the evening, so 7:30 for those people in the Eastern time zone, and start teaching. So I might come in 10 minutes early or whatever and just make sure I got my props done and whatnot from there. Have that all set up, just ready to go. So I teach for another 2 hours, so that's four classes. That brings me to 10:30. Now I make sure my teeth are already brushed. Everything's good to go. Like I'm ready. I've done my sit-ups that I need to do, whatever exercises. I got that all done, and I'm ready to go to bed. I'm literally turning lights off, and I'm going straight for bed right away. So 10:30, maybe I'm crashing. I'm pretty much crashing and burning in bed around 10:30 or 10:45. So that gives me roughly 6 hours of sleep to bring me to the next day. Not quite 6, in between 5 and 6. Get up at 4, same old grind again. So my key to the whole thing is you need the power nap. Most days for me, I need it. As well, I need to have the feedback done in the 5 minutes. You have to. I've tried not doing that, and I crash and burn. I fall downstairs. It just isn't going to happen for an ongoing period of time. I can't do it. Maybe you can. I know I can't. That's the key thing. Try and have the template, everything that you can to make sure you get the feedback done in 5 minutes in between classes. You need to make sure you're ending class no later than 27 minutes. It's taking me about 2 minutes to pop them out, thereabouts in between. Boom, boom, boom. I'm out of there at 29 minutes, into my next class, erase what I need to erase, get my index card. Yes, it's frantic, but I add so much more time onto my day. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to make it work, or at least I couldn't. I couldn't make it work because it takes so much time to update all the stuff again, get back into the lesson, get back into the feedback. What's all I got to do now? Find out how they did in the lesson if it's an assessment, and it takes too much time. So that is vitally important to making this work and doing 12 classes a day. So anyways, those are my tips very quickly to you. Share what works for you. Give me some strategies and us some strategies on what's working for you. Hopefully that will help for you. I try and look at lots of different videos and bring some information and source that back here. So hope that helps you. All the best to your teaching. It's another Frenzy Day. Bye, everybody.